Fixed lock cache key, 7 days ago. I'm not sure we talked about it last week. Yes, we talked about it last week, I remember. Implementing user-configurable indexing and analyzer selection. So the idea is that, so this is an old bug issue that we designed a long time ago, and Lombik, thanks to them, implemented it. The idea is to be able per index to select which analyzer you want to use, which will be used to tokenize your text based on different languages. And I saw this feature popping up, and fortunately we'll get a demo today about this one. So very important for search engines on multiple localization. Fixing content file marker for test. This is important when you add a razor view or a static file. It needs to be tagged as content, but we have a build step to ensure that we have that. That's okay. And I merge 110x into 110.2 and ensure that all the spec for test were passing. I'm not sure it passes on TeamCity, but I tried locally and only 3 were not passing, but just because of temporary non-empty folders, which is okay. And if
sorry, the tests for dynamic compilation, are they passing as well?
Are there tests for dynamic compilation?
Yeah, I think still 2 or 3 maybe.
I thought you didn't push yet.
Oh no, actually, yeah, I actually promised like 1 or 2 pull requests last week.
Yep, something like this.
Okay, I put that on the top of my list.
Okay, so yeah, this is from yesterday. There is a minor version here. Let me see, build log. So here you see everything, every spec for test passes, and then in the end, something failed, one failure. Yeah, this one failed, and server too busy. So maybe something happened during the test, but usually it passes. So it passes on my machine, so it's just a temporary CI issue. We'll see tonight if there is a commit, it should trigger it again. That should be good for 110.2. The only thing for 110.2 that I'm not sure will take is the media service thing. So the PR from the company who's working for media services to update the module. I'm sure I think I have time to work on that. Some minor feedback I gave, and they won't have time to do it, so I will have to do it. The way configuration properties are loaded or default values are read, otherwise it works. It doesn't prevent them from publishing a new image on the Azure portal, so because this is what they want to do, and yeah, so well, I'll probably do that in 110.2. What else? Benedek needs something else to push in 110.2 for dynamic compilation.
Yeah, actually, so I have like maybe one or maybe a few commits. I can send a PR for those to remove C#6 code. Easy, no functional change at all. It's just syntactics. And the other one is that actually we can add property to each of the CS proc files that will prevent you from building the code. So it will actually give you a build error if there's C#6 code. I think it would be useful to add that.
So because we don't want C#6 code?
Yeah, right now. But I try to fix.
But right now we don't support it either, so.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah, I mean, I added it to the documentation, but if you write C# code, you can still send a PR, and it may slip, through the PR, and gets accepted. And this way, you won't be able to build a solution.
As long as it's not breaking.
No, not breaking at all.
Good. Good. Oops, where is that? Here. And that's it for 110.2. Then Orchard 2. So master. Yeah, we've got a new committer. Where is that? What's his name? So Alexander has been working on the CI to package everything automatically, but it's blocked by our changes between Jean-Thierry and myself on packaging. We have Lucas Cabert, who's been fixing a bunch of issues he found by using Orchard, which is nice. So a new committer is pushed like 2 or 3 PRs already. Sergio fixed some stuff. Kevin, this was too long ago. The OpenID module, which was merged, so nothing special. But the rest, the big thing, I will show you with the demo. Questions about Orchard 1, Orchard 2 before I show the demos? I have other topics, but later. Okay, demo. Demo even have some templates prepared. Too beautiful. So, are you ready for everything you've ever dreamed about for offshore modularity? This is the best you can have. You can't have better than that. Let me show you. File. Let's create a new Orchard CMS site. Okay. So I'll create a new solution first. If I manage to use my mouse. A new project, new solution. Can I do new solution from here? Yes, here. New. There was a new solution here. Where is that? Blank solution. Okay. See demo Orchard. Okay, solution and demos. Okay. So let's create a new Orchard CMS website. My mouse is acting weird. New project. Core ASP.NET Web App. Web application 1 is fine. Okay. So new web app, empty application, empty ASP.NET Core application. Okay. Empty ASP.NET Core application. Nothing special here. And now is the magic. I will just do manage NuGet packages. And browse. So I have first thing I need to do is to point to special myGet package, myGet repository, because this is where I have all the packages. Okay, I didn't put them on NuGet.org because they're not stable yet. So if I go to C temp and the demo Orchard, I didn't put it in temp here. Okay, it should work too. C demo Orchard here. I put the file here. This file is just a list of repository. Okay, the standard one from Orchard, and then this one is OrchardCore packages. It's one I own for all the packages I created. So I just do that, and if I do manage NuGet packages, it should appear here after multiple trials. That's how it works. Okay, maybe I will close the solution and reopen it. That also works. Okay, it's there. And browse, and to create Orchard CMS project, I will just reference OrchardCore.CMS package. Okay, this package, OrchardCore.CMS. Every name can change. It's just a preview to show the experience, and I install it. And what it will do, it will install all the packages that we need for Orchard CMS, all the projects, and all the modules. So we just let it complete because there are many modules to download. Accept because this is the ULA from MVC. Restring packages, you see all the packages we've referenced everywhere, and also the modules, themes. Finished, and now I reference the package. I need to configure my application, which is a brand new web app, nothing special from Orchard, and configure the services and the middlewares. For the services, we'll just say services.add Orchard CMS to add all the services for Orchard CMS. So this is an extension method which is from this package because it knows everything that Orchard needs. And instead of having an hello world, we'll have app.useModules, which is the command to all the modular apps you will do with OrchardCore. Okay, even CMS. So use modules. I save, and use modules will just use all the modules. We'll say all the modules for this web app. And we run that. And boom. How is that?
Blown away, Sebastian.
No, this was just the appetizer.
Already I'm blown away. This is so good.
So blog table prefix demo Orchard 1. Finish setup. Just to show you it works. It might fail, but in all my tests it worked. When it didn't fail. Boom, we have a blog. Okay, it works. And I thought about how to make it simpler. I could not find a way. I think this is the simplest way to get an Orchard website running. So now it's running locally. Next, what do we want to do? We want to deploy it. Nobody is following. So we'll just do .NET publish. This is the standard .NET command, and I will publish it to c:temp demo Orchard. Okay, or wherever you want to publish it. Azure, it's fine. -o, boom. Oh wait, what's happening? Oh, I need to go to the web application. cd demos cd web application 1 and run this command to deploy this web app. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds to deploy my full Orchard CMS, and I will go to where I deployed it, demo Orchard. There are many things, okay, and I can just do .NET run, or it's faster to do .NET web application 1.dll to point to the main startup DLL. So I run this, it will start the web server, and because there is a trick with Chrome, as soon as I will paste the URL, it will issue a request. I won't do enter, okay? I will just paste the URL here, and if I go back to my console, it sees that it loads all the extensions, okay? This is the standard log. This is slow, but I mean, because we are logging on the console by default, it's slow, okay? But that's fine. This is something you can configure in your app. It's your app, you do whatever you want. So request finished, now I will hit enter, and this is my blog which is published with everything, all the modules, all the assets. I don't think it can be simpler, and it will work on every deployment target, Azure or whatever hosting you want. That's all the standard .NET tooling. There is nothing special to Orchard, just standard tooling. Cool?
How well will this work with Microsoft's new microservers, or have you tried it with those?
Micro what? Micro servers, you mean, or microservices?
No, possibly microservices, excuse me. Is the fact that we do a lot with VMs, and so I was interested in that possibly as a way to isolate clients.
I didn't hear you very well. Do you mean microservices or microserver? Your sound is worse than usual. Better.
I believe they're called microservers.
Microservers.
Yeah, it's new in Server 2016.
Nano server.
Nano servers, that's correct.
Yes. Okay. It should work because ASP.NET Core is supported on Nano server, so it should work. I don't know how well, but it should work definitely normally, like any other ASP.NET Core app on Nano server. It should work definitely. I haven't tried it for sure, but I know the MVC music store is unit tested or integration tested on Nano server, and it works well. So Orchard should work well. You should try, maybe if you can.
That's one of the things I've been looking at. I forgot it was called nano servers. I thought it was called micro.
Nano server, yeah, and you should use the new thing I just showed with .NET Publish. Okay. So that works. But this one was easy. This was a simple demo. Now the real good demo. So we see that we can deploy an Orchard. So advantages of that. The day we release a new Orchard CMS version, we publish it on NuGet. People do .NET restore and get the new version. How simple is that? Even for updating your Orchard, we can just push on NuGet, and all the modules we want, we push them on NuGet because this package I referenced, the OrchardCore CMS, it's what we call right now in the solution a bundle. It's just a meta package that references all the modules and the projects that we need to run Orchard CMS. That's it. That is just a list of links to other NuGet packages. So we just need to update these NuGet packages and this bundle. And when you do a .NET restore, or when you reference a specific version, because you don't have to update if you don't want to update, then you just restore the NuGet package and your app. You deploy it and it's using the new version, minus all the breaking changes, but there is a build phase. So you have to build, it's a NuGet package, and it will tell you if something is broken in the source at least. Not maybe dynamically, but this we can't fix that. So even for updates, it's beautiful. Now, a better demo. So, and the only ones who have seen this demo is Jean-Thierry, because he's working with me on that, and Nick, because he could not wait for today. So this one, let me create, so I'm done with Orchard CMS, okay? Now I will show you how to create a modular application, a modular web application with ASP.NET Core. I'm not talking about Orchard CMS, I'm just talking about the OrchardCore framework, the modular framework for ASP.NET. So I will create a new app. No, let me show you something else. I will create a new module. How do I add a module to my Orchard CMS? Okay. I hope you are correctly seated. I will create a new project, which will be based on .NET Standard. I know why my mouse is acting weirdly. My thumb is touching the trackpad at the same time. So I will create a module called some module 1. Okay. It's a class library, .NET Standard. Okay, and I will change its, I have to wait 1 minute, and I will change its properties to target .NET Standard 1.6, which we target. Then, because it's a module, the requirement to create an OrchardCore module, whatever bundle you are using, CMS or your own app, is to reference a NuGet package called, so the name is intentionally a very bad name, so we can all discuss what this package should be called. It's called OrchardCore.AsModule. Yeah. This one, and I link to that. So it's restoring the package, OrchardCore.AsModule, just saying this class library is a module. It's restoring. Okay, and now you can create any modules you want. I could create a module which will have a startup to have just a middleware, but I want to create an MVC module. like a module with a view and a controller. So for that, because I want to create an MVC module, it's like an MVC app, I will add a reference from NuGet.org to Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.Mvc. Okay? MVC, this one. I want this one. So I will link MVC because I want to create a controller and a view. So restoring NuGet packages here. Finished. Now I can create folder controllers. I can create a folder views. I can create a folder home, and I will add a class which will be home controller, which will be public and inherit from controller. And I will create an action result index, which will just return the view. Okay, standard MVC app. And in the view folder, I will add a view, index.cshtml, and I will say hello from some module. I made a typo. Some module 1. Okay, that's it. You got Orchard.Core module. And to prove you, I will go there and in dependencies add a reference to some module. Okay? And you're like, it will never work, right? It should work. So I'm building. Still building.
Do you need the module manifest file?
Sir, I'm a professional Orchard developer. I know what I'm doing. Thank you. There's been some days who've passed since your last demo, Nick. Don't worry. And I run my app, which is an Orchard CMS app, okay? And I have some module. So my demo will fail at first. I will let you think about why.
A question. Did you place the new module inside of the other project?
No, I haven't. I haven't. So I will go to some module 1/home/index. It won't work. I will get a 404. Why?
Because that's not an area.
You spelt some wrong?
No, because I will go to the admin, because it's an Orchard website, Orchard CMS website, and to be able to use a module, I need to enable it. Some module is here. I can enable it. And I'm not sure it will work either because earlier I had to restart for some reason, I don't know why. So module 1/home/index, maybe I've broken something in Orchard. It worked. Hello from some module 1 with the layout from Orchard CMS. How is that magical? How? Yes, that's why I told you. Are you silly? It can't be better. You don't even see the manifest, Nick. You don't even have to put the module under the modules folder. It's just referencing ASP.NET MVC and a meta package, which is just to mark your package as a module. And that's it. That's all. This can't be better.
So explain how it works.
Lots of work.
Like, does anything get copied into the web application on build?
Yes.
Like the view, for example?
Yes. It's all about CS Proj and MS Build magic, which is integrated in MS Build by default. There is nothing we hacked or did weird. It's just purely MS Build specification that we do. I will show you later how it works. All this magic works. But this is the best experience you can have for modular application. I can't imagine something better.
Me neither. It's great.
So, and that's not done actually. That's even better than that. I'm sure it's crazy. This is the best demo ever on Orchard. This is the best demo ever. I'm just at the half of the demo. Okay. So now I will create a new web application, but not an Orchard one. A standard ASP.NET Core MVC modular application. So I will do .NET Core and do this one, call application 2, empty. This is the same drill. And instead of referencing Orchard CMS, I want to create I don't want an OrchardCore.CMS bundle, which will download all the packages for the CMS. I just want a bundle to create an MVC app. So for this, I will reference in Orchard packages. It's called OrchardCore.Modules.Mvc. This is this bundle I want. Okay, I want a modular app. Again, name to be defined. Or to be, okay, this is the install one. I want to browse this one and I will install it. Nick, beautiful?
Yeah, man, that was pretty cool. I forgot you told me you were going to do that.
Yes, I told you I would do it, and we did it. Yeah. I did it, and then it's a tennis game with JT and I. I do stuff, he copies on his branch, and then I copy on my branch, and so on, and we did lots of progress. He's working while I'm sleeping, and I work, but he's never sleeping, so it's crazy. So set a startup project, and now this is a standard app. Again, I need to configure. If I just run it as is, it will run hello world middleware, so I need to remove that again. And instead of saying add Orchard CMS, I will do services.add MVC, no, add modules, or add modules MVC, add modules, add all the services from the modules. Well, add the services to support modules, and then app.use modules. So this one is simpler because there is nothing special to Orchard CMS. It's just add modules, use modules, because I reference the package OrchardCore.Modules.Mvc. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to do. How many modules do I have in this application? 0. So I need a module. So I will reference.
You removed the overload then? Oh,
I made it beautiful.
Yeah, you cleaned it up. Good.
Yes. But that, I think you saw that on Friday. So add modules, and I just have to build. So the module which was used, I created a web application, empty one. I referenced the Orchard CMS modules.mvc, okay, package, and then I said service.add modules. Good. And I did also app.use modules. This, by default, will load all the modules which are available and all the features which are available on the application. Unlike Orchard CMS, which will let us manage individually every feature, enabled or disabled, the default here with add modules is to just enable all the features which are available in all the modules of the application. Okay, so then what I did is reference some module that we did earlier by just doing dependencies, add reference, and checking some module 1. And then I ran the application and went to the route of some module 1 to show that it was working. Now what I'm doing is, because it was ugly, I copy-pasted the layout and views from, well, the layout view and the view started view imports from the standard ASP.NET template, MVC. And now if I run it again, the module which I'll build and which return the view will use the layout from the web application. So if I go to the route, you see now the hello from submodule 1, which is in my submodule 1 module, is using the layout defined by the web application, the host web application. Okay? Question on this one? So standard web application based on MVC can reuse a module, the same module that the Orchard CMS can reuse. It's just that this module doesn't have anything to do with content management or our APIs, so it can be used in any app. That's fine. Now, next demo. I will create yet another web application. project, web application 3. Yes, and this will also be an MVC application. So I will just manage the NuGet packages, and in browse I will say OrchardCore this one install, because I want to create an MVC modular application. Waiting for NuGet. Okay, done. And now I will reference the same module, but I don't want to reference the module from my project. I want to reference it from NuGet. So I will publish some module on NuGet. How hard can it be to publish an OrchardCore module on NuGet? It can be hard. It can also be simple. If you do right-click, pack. Now I will look for the package. Is everyone with me still? Because I'm not hearing anything, so sometimes just,
Yeah,
I don't know. Thank you. I will go to my get. I have the one which I use to put all the packages. It can be any NuGet package, right? Any NuGet gallery. The NuGet.org, your own gallery, myget, a file system, whatever. And here I will publish my package. So this is nothing to do with Orchard, but I'm publishing the package. Add. Done. Now I go to this app and I want to use some module but as a NuGet package. So I will do add dependency, not add reference, but manage NuGet packages. On this feed, I will look for some module. It's here. I install a NuGet package in my web app. I will copy paste the startup from the web app 2 because this is the same startup. It's just that the module is on the NuGet gallery and not on a local project. Here. What do I need? I will copy also the layouts because I want it to be beautiful. Okay, I build my application. Done. I start my application. And I go to the route. And we have the module working, coming from a NuGet gallery. Okay, not even from a project. And to publish it, it was as simple as .NET pack or right-click package. Done. You got a module or a theme or anything published on the NuGet gallery. And same thing, if you want to deploy, you go right-click deploy or you do .NET publish and it will work. So right-click publish actually. So it's same standard tooling. Now last demo. So this is all about modules, but Orchard is not just modules, it's also multi-tenant framework. So let me show you how, so you know how to manage tenants in Orchard CMS because there is a UI for that. But now with these modular apps, if you want to manage tenants, by default here, what it did is it created, well, it provided a default tenant with all the features available. Okay, that's how it works. There is a tenant, it's just a default one. And we don't ask to set it up because we instantiate a tenant live, the default one. So you don't even see it's multi-tenancy, it's multi-tenant. But now if you want to enable multi-tenant to the next level and to manage your tenants, you can do that. You can provide your own provider for tenants, which will be fed from different sources. But we have a new custom source for tenants that I hope you will like. And to do that, you just say add modules, and you say with tenants. And by doing that, it will load the tenants from a configuration files. If you don't have any configuration file, it will just again create a single tenant. So it will work the same. But now I will just take a demo for the tenants file and put it in the project here. So at the top level, I create a tenants.json file, and this tenants.json file defines the default tenant which is running with this feature. So I will do some module 1, and another tenant which I will call Orchard other tenant. The prefix will be test, and you can also define the domain if you want, for sure. That's Orchard. And some module 1 again. And I could create another module and define this tenant with these other modules. Okay, that's fine. You get the idea. And if I run it, now I will still go to the default tenant on the module, and I can also access another tenant with the same module. It didn't work. Is that a demo fail? The only demo fail? No. Test, startup, did I change? Oh, I changed the wrong setup, that's why. Okay, so it's not really a demo fail. I changed the wrong startup. So I start again. And I will go to the test / some module 1 / home / index, and you can see I'm using the other tenant with the same module. Okay, done. I think I showed you everything I wanted to show. Questions, comments, magic explained?
Awesome.
I do have some questions.
Okay.
So this is really awesome. It's something that we've wanted forever, and it's yeah, as you said, it's as simple as it can be. So brilliant job on that, everyone. The questions that I have are around the scenarios that we are actually losing by doing that, and by having a world where dynamic compilation no longer exists. In particular, I'm wondering about the theme development experience, and I'm also wondering if we should have some form of plugin feature that is resurrecting some of the advantages we had with dynamic compilation for, small amounts of code that are that aim at changing a very small thing with very little code, not having to develop a full module to make small changes.
Yep. So you can still put your themes and your modules. I'm not sure you can. Let me think. Yeah, you can still put your themes and your modules in the subfolder modules themes, and it will take them in priority. So we can still look up for modules.
Don't take them in priority. Okay, so, but there is no dynamic compilation.
No.
I'm talking about themes in particular and not themes, modules.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking about people who are not developers but who develop themes.
So the views, you can change them live and hit F5 and it will change dynamically. It's just the code that you have to compile first.
Okay. So we didn't lose the
not at all
that very fast workflow for views. Okay, you just need to know where to find them.
Yes, and also what we'll have for simple modules or simple codes that you don't want to create a module for is we want to embed Razor pages, the thing that Taylor showed us at Harvest, which will let us create CSHML files, which will contain the code. Do you remember the thing like the code?
I do, but I'm not convinced that this is the right way to do it. But okay, so what I would be thinking about would be something where you would have a simple CS file that has some form of manifest that says, okay, well, let's say I want to implement this service or that service, and a simple file drop, and you're done.
And I think that's independent. And there is something that we have .NET Watch too. Maybe we could also integrate with .NET Watch. So when you change the CS file, the module is maybe it's done already. Actually, if you do .NET Watch and you change your CS file,
sure, you could do something like that. Okay, so let me be a little more precise than that. I'm thinking, can we actually, so for large amounts of code, real modules, I think the experience now is absolutely perfect. But I'm wondering if we could actually get something that is better than what we had with Orchard 1 for smaller amounts of code. It's something that we've talked about actually several times with Orchard 1 and that we never really did. We kind of did some experimentations, but we never deployed anything that was official and serious. So yeah, actually the idea of lightweight plugins was there from the very beginning before Orchard was even named Orchard. You see what I'm getting at?
Let me show you something, maybe. That's what you mean also. Let me show you what we have in demo.
Oh, come on, Nick, don't mention Oxide. It has nothing to do with Orchard.
So if you look into, look at that. This is not implemented. This was just by design, a design exercise. The idea will be that you have a folder and you could implement drivers with just a view. You don't need to create a module. You just drag and drop a file, and it's a.
Why does it have to be a CSS HTML?
No, this doesn't exist. It's just okay. It can be a CSS.
Okay.
I mean, things
you're
like
saying
this.
Along those lines, but not
Yes.
necessarily CSS
Yes,
HTML.
like
yeah, sure.
drop-in modules where when you put something there, we know by convention what it will be: a driver,
Yes, exactly.
a view, a module, whatever, a tenant, whatever.
That's
And we just
exactly
need.
what I'm talking about.
Okay. And we just need to
No
define.
project, you know,
Yeah,
very,
I see.
very,
Okay.
very easy.
And this could be a module. That could be a extensible module that we drag and drop, and then you put stuff here, or I don't know, or maybe a bundle like we did. Like if you reference this package, you define this module is dynamic, and then it triggers things that do things dynamically. Maybe, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, those two were the only concerns I had. I think the theme development experience, it would be interesting to have a demo specifically on that, showing the end-to-end development of a new theme, for example. But yeah, this is great.
So what I'm showing here doesn't change anything about all of this.
I know, but
Okay.
you know, providing guidance and showing how you would do it and verifying that the experience is what a designer would be comfortable with.
Yep.
Can I have you on .NET again to show that same demo?
Probably, if you ask
Cool.
me. And maybe we should do also a better recording demo, like a scripted demo.
Yeah.
Maybe the same script, but
Yes.
professionally recorded, so we can share it, and maybe
Yeah.
smaller also, so people can get excited about it.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. And yeah, maybe not even present it as Orchard, but really
CMS.
present it as
Yeah.
this is how you build a modular application in ASP.NET.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the ASP.NET team, only Dan, the MVC PM, and David Fowler have seen it, and they loved it.
Cool.
So, for sure.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Yeah. Let's also have them to comment on it in front of a camera or something. That would be good.
Yeah, sorry, Benedek, you wrote it
Right.
before I mentioned that, and it's just when I looked down, I saw your comment. Yeah, there is no DB in this instance. Same thing is a modular app, so you can use the database you want if you need a database. It's just that Orchard CMS includes Orchard.data modules and project, which will embed SQL and all the content management things. Yep. So let me explain the magic, because all these things can be reused by any other app. It's just that that we found some ways to automate project behavior with some MS build files, and then I asked the specialist in our team of MS build, and he gave me more tricks that I taught to Jean-Thierry, and then he went crazy, and I found some others, and layers by layers of tricks in MS build and targets file and props file and CS-proj files, we found ways to automate all these things. So everything you see is working as before. Oh, I haven't finished actually. Sorry, I need to show you something else. So you see now that web application can reference modules, and they don't have to be in the modules folder. So technically what happens is on build of a project, it will copy all the assets of the modules that need to be inside the web app automatically. And a module, when it's built, will also copy all its assets that need to be as part of the apps which reference it to some location that the web app will find. Okay, so it's like some collaboration between the two. And so for an Orchard CMS module, so for MVC module, we need the views, we need the contents folder, the static files, all the things. Okay, and we copy them and into the web app. So the web app copies everything it needs, and NuGet takes charge of copying the DLL or referencing the DLL from the NuGet cache. And on deploy, we do the same thing with a different MS build task. And all these are because we have custom MS build files in the bundle projects that we reference. And there is also some magic because some module here is referencing this meta module, okay, as module, which will tell this package that when it's built, it will copy the assets somewhere. But it also tells the package that when it's packed, it will also embed the logic for later to be also copied. So it's like a virus. It's viral. When you reference this package, it will also embed the same logic to the next module when it's packed, and so on and so forth. So you don't lose it. Either it's a project reference or a NuGet reference. So that's technically not easy, but that was tricky, but kind of easy to do. Just have to think about the solution. And so the impact that it has, and this is what Chantieri worked on the last night, so it can be done for now, is if I open the Orchard solution now, this one, it's not yet in master, it's on his branch and my branch too. So if I open the Orchard solution in this branch, now we have the modules which are still in this solution folder, but not only in the solution folder, but a physical folder. Now, all the modules that we see for the SaaS project or the CMS project are in a modules folder. Let me show you the modules folder then. It's even better to see it. If I go in SRC and I go to Orchard.Core modules, I see all the modules here. They don't have to be under the web app again, which means we can create as many web apps as we want, as distinctive as we want, and they will just reference these modules which are in the solution. They are just like any other project. They don't have to be in the slash modules. They can be in the slash modules, in the slash theme. It will help for not having to build sometimes, but I think it's better to have them completely separate in the solution because now we can handle that. And same thing for the themes. The themes are in different folder just because their manifests are different. So that can trigger also another decision, which will be to have the same manifest file name, like module.txt or extension.txt, and just a tag that says what kind of module it is, like extension it is, module, theme, or whatever, with the default for module, for instance. And this way we could even mix all the themes and the modules in the same folder in our solution. But we don't have to. We can use two different folders, that's fine. That's fine also. That might be also good for organization. And you see the samples now, the samples, we have the sample MVC app or Nancy app or whatever modular app, they can reference any module as long as they are compatible with this host. So that's also better for the solution. It's easier to create. So when we want to create a module, we just say add new module and done. We don't have to select the modules folder in the web app we want to target and not be able to share the locations. So just also some improvements also we do in the solution. And let me show you some tricks. So I also, so for instance, one of the trick is that, let me show you the other solution we have here, the Orchard bundles, which is a solution that only contains things that will be published as NuGet packages. They don't have code, they just reference other NuGet packages. So the Orchard CMS bundle, it has there is a service extension just to add the Add Orchard CMS, which will configure the services and the middlewares. That's it. But otherwise, if you edit the CS proj, this is where everything is. So it says it's a bundle, so that the web app which references it will have the logic to deploy correctly all the packages and everything. And it references as a NuGet package all the modules you want in this bundle. Okay, MVC, navigation, we should remove Nancy, but that's fine. The themes and everything. This is Orchard CMS. This is all these modules. Okay, and anyone can create an ecosystem of modules and create a bundle that they call, my e-commerce bundle, and reference all the modules they need to create an e-commerce site. Okay, it's not just for Orchard CMS, it's for anything that is based on modules and you want to share. Or you can create one-stop Orchard CMS with just the modules you want when you build one-stop, which are based on the official Orchard module, but also your own modules. So when you create a new project, you have the mix of all the modules you want, and they are on NuGet or on NuGet and your own galleries. They can be private, public galleries. You can mix and match. It's all you want. Yep. And for instance, the OrchardModule.Mvc. This one is interesting also because what it does actually is saying, you are creating an app, okay, and you need the module called Orchard.MVC, which will plug the MVC as the last pipeline in your modules, and will actually have all the dependencies on MVC and everything. And if you want to create an Nancy app, same thing. You don't need MVC. You just need the bundle and reference the Nancy module, which will include all the things to create Nancy projects. Thanks to Nick. Okay? And you can go crazy with all the other IDs you want. That's the idea. And these one are just aspect NuGet packages, just to mark, to tag a project to be a bundle, like a web app, or something that can be reused, a module or a theme. And this one, for instance, will have the logic, if you look in this file, to generate, if the module.txt doesn't exist, it will create it with a sample content, which is just name equals the name of the project. That's how I made the magic to have here create a new project and don't even create a module.txt. If it's not there, it will create a random one. But you can put one because you might want to provide all the dependencies and the metadata you want in a module. Okay? That's how the magic works and can be used in any other app that is not Orchard to create modular. Well, to create this kind of extensibility of CS Proj, then making a modular app is totally different because you still need to load all the modules and to manage what we do. But that's the idea. Cool?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was wondering that as module stuff, maybe we should, because what you end up doing when you're using the modular stuff is you want to use the startup base quite often, so you end up having to reference ASP.NET Core.Modules plus as module. Seems a bit, I don't know, too much maybe. You see what I mean? You end up having a reference to.
Yes. So this was actually from last week when I showed you, you had to reference the modules for the modules package.
Yeah.
And I had everything, but Jean-Thierry refactored it to separate the fact that you are module and you did startup. And actually, for the startup, what you need is that you just need in this feed. You just need ASP.NET Core.Modules.
Yeah.
.Abstractions.
I know you need that. I kind of feel like maybe we should reference that from as module.
So at the same time, there are things in abstractions that you might not want when you're as module. So maybe we should refactor stuff, yes, to have at least a startup in the as module.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So, but yes, discussions with Jean-Thierry, and we have to agree on what we want in the end. But I think that's already, yeah, we agree. We need to improve that experience.
Very cool.
But we are nitpicking here to make it perfect. Because, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's good. Don't worry. It's perfect. Other questions? Yeah, and then there is talking about names of the packages. I told Jean-Thierry keep it like this, the as module and as theme, just because nobody will like it, so it will trigger a discussion. How do we want to call these things? Like when I create the web application one, I reference the package called OrchardCore.CMS. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay, for a package to say, okay, that's it, and I do add Orchard.Core CMS. That's a fine one. But for the as modules, this is super ugly. I don't like it at all. We should find it more, maybe, I don't know, throw some ideas.
I was thinking about maybe OrchardCore.Module.Base. or simply module, maybe.
Module base. You see? Yeah, that's OrchardCore.Module. And yeah, or maybe we want to write that it's an aspect or something. So now I create an issue maybe, and people will go crazy and have some ideas. But yeah, so we'll do the listenerizer later. There's also some interesting discussion. I've been following them on the Noisette e-commerce repository. Bertrand has been active with Matteo and the laser guys to define a strategy for multi-currency support and localization or whatever, just to be mentioned.
You've been following that?
I don't know why, but I receive notifications on this repository. Okay. And yeah, that's interesting, no? Because you also restate how it should work in Orchard and what is what, yeah. Like what is localization, what is tenant, what is setting per tenant, what is enabled feature, whatever. So it's interesting to follow.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that he's doing this work on the module. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it, so
and they are doing even
some
more
activity.
Yeah, more on Orchard CMS 1 actually. So they're doing a lot of things. Yeah, so if you have ideas, watch the video and we'll make it maybe the next one and see how it should be named. Also, I have to see with the ASP.NET team what we can call Microsoft ASP.NET .modules or not, because that might also make sense if this is just purely MVC modular. Even if we own it, it might be better to have the Microsoft ASP.NET Core MVC modules name or the Microsoft ASP.NET Core modules name to own it.
Yeah.
But politics, we'll see. For dev, it's easy. Copy paste, and done. But yeah. Okay, good. So if you have more questions, want more demos or more suggestions, just ping us on Skype or Gitter or GitHub. Okay, file issues. Thanks everyone. See you on Friday for the triage.